Michael Jackson, the king of pop, who's 50 years old.
The voice of grunge music takes his own life.
Why is it sad? He's away from all of this bad stuff that's here on Earth.
Found God. Because cops give a damn about a need.
Who's next?
Elvis Presley. The reason why? One of the musicians that eerily is somewhat connected to Michael Jackson would be Elvis Presley. The reason why he was connected, do you remember why? Do you remember what the connection of Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson would have been?
No.
Do you remember who Michael Jackson married?
That,
his daughter?
Deborah chick or whatever? Oh, he married Elvis's daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, what's her name?
Lisa Marie Presley.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was married to her. So when Michael Jackson was married to Lisa Marie Presley, apparently one night or on several different occasions, he actually asked her a lot about her father's death. Like maybe he wanted to know how it happened, like maybe what kind of drugs he was taking, or even maybe how he managed to possibly fake his own death, right?
Wow.
I mean, if she knew anything about it, maybe she could have given Michael Jackson some pointers, right? If Michael Jackson really wanted to disappear, it's always a possibility. Why not ask, the other specialist on the
someone
matter?
who did it.
Exactly, right? Elvis is the end of Elvis Presley's life. He had a lot of struggles with drug addiction. He was very, very overweight. He actually couldn't do much without the help of anybody around him, basically, right? So they say that because he was in such bad shape and he was taking so many drugs, he ended up just sporadically having a heart attack and just died on the shitter one day, right?
On the throne.
What a way to
the
go.
The king died on the... Oh, he's also the king, eh?
He is also the king, but he is the king of rock and roll.
First white guy with a black voice. That's what they said, right? He had that style of singing.
When Elvis was around, he used to use an alias name known as John Burrows. He would use the name to book flights, to go to hotels, pretty much anything. So obviously, being a famous person, you don't always want people to know who you are. Apparently, the day after Elvis Presley passed away, there was a plane ticket purchased and booked to go to Buenos Aires by a John Burrows. Coincidence?
I think not.
I mean, I don't know. It could have just been a coincidence. Who knows? Maybe some dude with the exact name John Burrows, just by chance the day after Elvis died, decided, I'm going to go to Buenos Aires.
Possible that John Burrows was a rich guy and he lived the life. Who knows, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Maybe he was a roadie.
Maybe.
Maybe Elvis just really wanted to live the John Burrows life. Like, John Burrows was the guy that Elvis looked up to. Like, man, I love the hotel rooms you stay at. I'm just going to stick around.
Right? Like, yeah, man, we're going to do this. This is what we're doing. Reportedly, this man did look like Elvis. So, I don't know, maybe it's not so much a coincidence, and maybe he did fake his own death, which, I mean, it's a possibility, right? So over the years, I don't know if you ever heard about any of these, but there has been, hundreds of sightings of Elvis, but, obviously we know that there's a lot of lookalikes of Elvis, whether they're the skinny version or the fat version or the in-between version,
Chinese
right?
version.
The Chinese version, right? I mean, you go to Vegas, they're on every street corner, supposedly. I've never been to Vegas, I don't know.
Sore face.
There was a video which was a little bit strange. I don't know, to me it really wasn't out of this world. So apparently this dude is supposed to be Elvis Presley.
What?
This is at Graceland. This was like a sighting of him.
But Elvis was fatter than that before. Like, you think he really...
I don't know, he actually looks fatter in this than he did when he died. But here's, okay, so this is like a very, just watch what he does with his hand. It's the weirdest thing. You notice that?
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, the video doesn't tell me anything except for the weird thing that he does where he brings up his hand like this. Which, I mean, I don't know if some people do that, right? But to me, if I go to scratch my head, I'm just doing it with either my whole hand like this, or I'm just doing it with one finger. It feels weird if you do it with 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's what people are finding really strange about this. And a lot of people said, no, that's actually so-and-so who supposedly works in Graceland. But a lot of people have said, no, that's not that person. I know exactly what that person looks like. That guy never wears Elvis merch, ever. And, I mean, it could just be Elvis still living in Graceland, literally in plain sight, and nobody knows who he is. And he's just, like, making, you know, a joke out of it. Like, I'm just gonna go and stand outside my house in an Elvis shirt and nobody's gonna recognize me.
Wow.
Right?
Can you imagine?
I just thought, like, I thought it was strange that it's almost like he knew the camera was there and he's walking towards it, and he kind of has like that
Like,
same
right
like
up to
Elvis
it.
strut.
Yeah.
He's literally walking towards the camera and he just raises it like this. And there was actually another YouTuber who said that by doing that or by holding up 2 fingers or doing the peace sign is a sign of life. Like you're telling somebody like, I'm alive. That's why you do that, right? So that's why some people believe that by doing this, he's telling people, hey, I'm alive. I ain't actually dead. I haven't been dead for 40 something years. Right? There is another video of Elvis's daughter Priscilla on the Oprah show where she has a little bit of a slip up.
You know, privileged children are, you know,
And Elvis wanted her to have everything.
because he didn't really know. He too grew up very, very poor.
Yeah,
And it's exactly what he said the other day. Oh, right. And he said, you know,
Okay, so did you notice the key thing that she said?
Yeah,
And he said that to us the other day.
The other day.
As if, like, you know, she had a conversation with her dad in the 90s when Elvis actually died in the late 70s.
Right.
Right? Which doesn't make sense. Because, I mean, Oprah wasn't around in the 70s, so why would they be referring to a person as if they spoke to them just the other day?
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense, right? So, I mean, people look at that and they say it's a slip up, and it's a little bit, it kind of shows that Elvis might still actually be alive.
She goofed.
She goofed. She goofed
Yeah.
hard. Oh, the clip's actually from 2005. Even better. Yeah. So she
Really?
she was on Oprah and was like, yeah, my pops. I spoke to my pops like
The
just
other
the other day.
Hey.
Yeah, you know, in 2005, yeah, because, you know, he was obviously still alive, right? So
Maybe she's just really fond of the past. That she
maybe
can't, like she let go of the last 30 years.
Yeah, or maybe it was just a joke. Maybe she said it like in a jokingly manner, like, yeah, you know, I talked to Dad the other day, but really he's been dead for like 30 years, right? I mean, and she could have said it that way, but you know the way some people are, they take things literally. So another famous death that happened in Las Vegas was Tupac Shakur. There is some evidence that suggests that he never actually died, and he may have in fact faked his own death.
We look at death from a selfish side, like, you know, that guy died. Oh, it's so sad. Why is it sad? He's away from all of this bad stuff that's here on earth. I mean, at the worst, he's just somewhere quiet, no nothing.